feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride away.
Again, I'm saluting that man, Jay-Z. He did what he's supposed to do. You don't become the richest rapper ever by exercising these character traits that could be seemingly in line with integrity. Like, it's you. Yo, fuck everybody else. It's all about you, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, reportedly, I don't know if this is true. But this is coming out of some of these Paris. Am I saying that right? Paris, news websites. By one of them ran a story saying if you Moet Hennessy has a Jay-Z problem. So LVMH, right, is the biggest brand of liquor, I believe. LVMH. It stands for Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton. Okay, it owns. The brands they own are so. All right. Well, first of all, it owns a lot of luxury brands, and it's okay. So this is what it owns in wines and spirits, right? Belvedere, nobody drinks that no more. Let's keep going. Hennessy, that's what I like. Dom Perignon. They haven't acquired Casamigos yet, but they own Moet Chandon, Viva Clico, whatever you call it. They own a lot of these, spirit brands that are kind of like seen as upper brass and upper class. Obviously, in fashion, you know them for Kenzo, you know them for Givenchy, Fendi, Celine, Christian Dior, Emilio Pucci, right? All of these Louis Vuitton, obviously. Marc Jacob, they have a lot. They own a lot of shit. Perfumes they own, watches they own Bulgari. You know what I mean? Like Hublot they own. You get what I'm saying? And Tiffany and Company they own. So they're really. This is like one of the biggest brands. And this is why Kanye was always going to war with this guy, Bernard Arnault, right? He's a chairman and CEO, okay? And and he kind of runs most of the Christian Dior stuff. Anyway, so here's the thing. So LVMH did a partnership with Roc Nation, right? They did a partnership with Roc Nation for a liquor brand. LVMH partnership Roc Nation, right? Okay, so they own 50% of what's the name of the brand again? Here we go. Okay, so it's a brand. It's called Ace of Spades, but the official name is Armand de Bernage, right? And that's a champagne. It's called Ace of Spades. That's what niggas call it. Ace of Spades, Jay-Z, right? So this is a brand that is kind of, it costs a lot, right? $300, but it's owned half by Roc Nation, Jay-Z, and conglomerate, and also by LVMH. Now, these are two powerhouses. Once again, this is showing the cross-section of how Jay-Z's power has been so intermingled and intertwined with so much what's going on. So we already talked about a casino deal. If you don't know, Roc Nation is a 50-50 partnership between Live Nation, and that's what Jay's been great at doing, right? So, I've given Dame a lot of credit, but what Jay has done is Jay has gone at the institution from within the institution. Dame he's always saying, let's go at the institution from outside. What Jay does, he partners and he works together. He partners, leverages, and keeps going up, right? So, he partners with Live Nation. After he sold Rockefeller, partners with Live Nation. Then they make Roc Nation, okay? 50-50. Live Nation owns all of the festival, owns all of the ticketing shit. Also, they're down to give the money to really fund, and eventually they were trying to do Roc Nation Sports, but that was a great partnership. It puts Jay up higher with a bigger company I told you about, Live Nation, a company that's actually in court now, federal court, because it's seen as a monopoly. So that's a very big power move. Roc Nation is a power move, right? Rockefeller is a label. It's like QC. It's a label. When you merge, so Rockefeller got rid of it, then you merge your brand which people still look at as Rockefeller. You merge that with Live Nation and create Roc Nation. It's now this powerhouse that could compete on all levels, management, label-wise, and even ancillary things they were trying sports at the time. Okay, so amazing business move. Again, these are why, I'm not joking when I say I really look up to JM business-wise. You got to fuck people over. I'm sorry. Some people get fucked over. Also, you got to partner and move as how he moves. He moves really amazing, right? The only slight hiccup, I guess, possibly would have been, and we could talk about that too, because the Bacardi deal. But the Bacardi deal, he won. He won that deal. He won that deal, and I think it was because of his willingness to not buck too much. He bucked a bit, but not too much. I think Diddy start bucking all the way at Diageo, and that's when, but again, it's always important, these liquor companies, they'll partner with you for a subsidiary. They don't ever really want you too high up. And we're going to get into some other stuff. But okay, so cool. So that's how Roc Nation happened. So then Roc Nation is a partnership between Live Nation and Jay, right? Roc Nation. Then Roc Nation partners with a bigger conglomerate, LVMH. And they now have 50-50 with a spirit brand, which is Armand de Bernage, which is Ace of Spades. So that becomes this huge conglomerate, Jay-Z's conglomerate, Live Nation's conglomerate, then LVMH conglomerate, which is Louis Vuitton, and also Moet and Hennessy. All of that combined, it just shows you, this is why I say Jay-Z is the closest black person within hip-hop by a mile to Illuminati status. It's not about money, it's about power. And this is why niggas coming at him is like, big deal, right? Like, Diddy was doing too much fucking in his 50s. He should have been doing these deals. Let's be honest, right? After the Ciroc deal, Diddy got mad. He got mad complacent. He tried to do some water shit. He tried to do some other things that just didn't pop off. But he's never been the guy. Like, he's been playing too much with the always want to be in front of the camera, jiggling and shaking. We don't see Jay-Z unless it's a Mufasa premiere, but he's always closing the biggest deals. You see Jay-Z walking with open-toe sandals on some beach in East Hampton with Jack Dorsey and other people who are founders or billionaires or on the board and shit. That's how he gets shit done. He pops out maybe once a year with a verse or one concert, but the primary amount of times he's usually doing business. Diddy was throwing parties for bitches. You get what I'm saying? It just shows you the levels to it. You give a fuck about Young Miami, a bitch with glue on her fucking forehead. No disrespect. Let me bring that down, because somebody's gonna clip it. A chick with a fucking lace front and just twerking all day, who could barely read, and Jay-Z is walking around with billionaires. It's fucking levels to this shit. You get what I'm saying? That's why you're in jail and he's over here clapping back at niggas. It's just different. It's just different. Okay? No disrespect to Young Miami. I'll still do your show, girl. Okay? We love you. All right? It's positive vibes. Anyway. So, sorry. So we get that champagne company. I could probably even draw it on like a little Microsoft Word thing. What else? He had the whole deal with Douce. That was through Bacardi. So he partnered with Bacardi for Douce. Then he sold his share of it, got like $500 million. Like, let's look at that. Jay-Z, Douce sells Bacardi, right? And Bacardi paid Jay-Z, right, $750 million, okay? And they get to a lawsuit in arbitration. Well, it didn't really go to all the way to really through the courts. It went through arbitration, and essentially he settled, right? Which is obviously what they want. They don't want you to get in the press, call them racist, talk about they have racist practices, talk about how they're taking advantage of black people. Yeah. You know, and I think Jay played that really carefully, really carefully, okay? All right. Yeah. And by the way, I think, so his share was given, so it was 1.5 million. I think he split it with someone, but it was valued at 3.5 billion. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Cool. So what else does Jay-Z got going on? I'm doing extreme pocket watching here too. But I want to show you the enormity of his power, right? What else Jay got going on? So I told you Jay-Z Tidal Board Square. So he sold Tidal, and he's named to the board of directors, right? So Tidal, which was hemorrhaging money, he bought for $56 million, right? Sprint had came in, put $200 million in. Sprint invests in Tidal. Remember, Jay bought that for $56 million. Sprint invested for $200 million, correct? He took a 33% stake, and then he sold the remaining rest of the company to the majority of it. So I think it was like 60% of it, which because they maintained. Remember, he allocated less than 10% allegedly to the rappers. So like the Nicki Minaj's and everybody, they had less than 10. Kanye's, they had less than 10. Jay essentially owned the majority of it, or whatever company Jay was going through. And so $297 million here mixed with the $200 million from Sprint. So $56 million he flipped to damn near $500 million. So he flipped it 10x. That boy know how to hustle. If you gotta fuck a nigga over, you gotta fuck a nigga over. It is what it is. That boy know how to hustle. I'd get in business with Jay-Z. Cause if I put $5 in Jay-Z hand, he gonna bring me back 500. That's that type of nigga. That's his wave. Okay? If he gotta slime Kanye out, slime Nicki out, whoever it is, tell Drake, you know what I mean? Hey, nigga, fuck you beefing with Meek. But you know you fucked up by taking that Apple deal. You should have came over here, and Drake got to drop songs like Charged Up and all these other songs kind of hinting at it. Come on, do the math. Everything I'm saying is all factual. You're a cold motherfucker, and I like it. All right, so that's a good flip. 56 mil to 500. Good. Okay, what else does Jay owns? Y'all tell me some things Jay owned. What else does he own? What else does he own? Obviously, the Roc Nation still has the label and stuff through it, but we're not going to think about music. We're thinking about his ancillary stuff to the music. We talk about the casino. He sold the Bacardi stuff. We're kind of talking about the liquor stuff still because this is where the news is coming from. And we've talked about, what else? All right. Somebody said, we get the point. Thank you. I was just trying to paint the picture of why this nigga is just super powerful. He's aligned with the right people. He's in bed with Sprint, Square, Cash App, which obviously Square owns Cash App. He's at the big boys table. Diddy was at one table, and the rest of the tables he made had Young Miami and a couple other concubines. Like, this nigga was on some other shit. Diddy should have been doing this. Anyway, I digress. So, this is what they're saying now, okay? It says, is LVMH, so this is being printed in a magazine in Paris, where LVMH is based. Will LVMH let go, or are they about to let go of Jay-Z and Beyonce? While a wind of change and a rather of layoffs have been blowing through LVMH in recent weeks, it seems that it's time for the sorting. It's not only arrived for its employees, but also for the brands within the group's portfolio. If Moet Hennessy, the group's wine and spirits division, has owned 50% of Roc Nation. Okay, well, all right. Yeah, this article is reading it wrong. They don't own Roc Nation. They have owned 50% with Roc Nation. Okay, I think this must be translated to English, I think. It got to be. This got to be translated to English. That's why it's fucked up. Yeah. A brand that Jay-Z, brand by Jay-Z that distributes his Armand. Okay. It might be Roc Nation Spirits. That's what this probably is. Maybe they're missing that word. Not Roc Nation overall, but maybe Roc Nation Spirits. That's probably what it is. Anyway, which would be the brand created to distribute this, and then Moet and Hennessy own half of it. Okay, anyway. The whiskey of his wife and pop star Beyonce, this collaboration might soon come to an end. Indeed, the recent accusation of child rape against the rapper and the damage to his reputation have not been particularly appreciated by the luxury giant, which is already embroiled in various troubles and controversies. An inconvenience that could cause problems, as in addition to their respective spirit brands, The couple also serves as ambassadors. So Jay-Z and Beyonce are ambassadors for Tiffany & Co. And they never miss a Louis Vuitton fashion show and occasionally attend events with the Bernard Arnault, which is the CEO and chairman sorry, of LVMH family. Their presence within the group has reportedly become to the point of contention among members of the luxury giant, while Alexandra Arnault, the son of the Cashmere Wolf, who was recently appointed as the new deputy CEO of the wine and spirits division, which Ace of Spades would fall underneath, initiated this partnership. His colleague Jean-Jacques Guérin, okay, I'm fucking it up. I don't know how to speak French like that. Who sees it in a much favorable light. Indeed, he has never hidden his reluctance to associate the group and its image with celebrities, who at a moment's notice could bring it crashing down from his pedestal. So just to basically sum up what they're saying Alexandre Arnault, right, the son of Bernard Arnault, is the person who did the deal to get this liquor brand for Jay. And that person likes Jay and likes that partnership. But his colleague, okay, Jean-Jacques, doesn't like it because, and this is supposedly a real thing. And this is why Kanye was always wilding. Because Kanye's, yo, I'm selling this, I'm selling that. Why? And they would always be like, yo, we don't want to work with you because at any moment you could say some crazy shit. And because you're our direct representative, you're going to F up our business. We don't work with you, brother. And this guy, Jean-Jacques, he's seeing it that way. And it's not only towards people like Kanye, it's just towards anybody. He's saying celebrities, it's fickle. Their reputation could be going like that. And that could affect the brand. So he sees it in a less favorable light. He says he's never hidden his reluctance to associate the group and its image with celebrities who at a moment's notice could bring it crashing down from its pedestal. Until a consensus is reached, investments in Armand de Bernard, dubbed Arnac de whatever, man. Scam of the, it's been called Scam of the Burgund by sellers, will be suspended pending a decision whether to maintain or drop charges against Jay, who still benefits from a presumption of. Okay, this is a French website. Let me see if I can find a better website. Okay. So essentially, Moet Hennessy's future CEO don't like doing deals with celebrities. Oh, interesting. So we kind of get the gist, but if we're reading it from a translated page, it's gonna just look weird. Yeah, that's what we just read. I think the better one to read would be this, but we can't read the full thing. Yeah. But essentially, they're saying the same thing. Okay. The high-profile scandal gathers steam. The LVMH branch, soon to be ran by Jean-Jacques and Alexandra, doesn't know what to do with its Jay-Z and Beyonce's liquor brand. Discussions are all more heated, given that Moet Hennessy's future CEO has been opposed to those brands from the outset, even though they have the support of his future number two. Okay, so they basically rewrote this article. Okay, we kind of get it. I'm hoping, LVMH is like a really interesting brand. It feels like they don't give a fuck that their products are consumed by black people at all, or like culture at all. Like whether it's Louis Vuitton, whether it's any of these high brands, they try to act like their brand is above some of the shit. Like, oh, ew, we're not gonna, nigga, you wearing our shit, but it's tacky or it's we don't like that. That's ghetto. No, we're good. Like even if shit, all these chicks running around claiming they want a Louis bag. You get what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. They don't want to market to that audience at all. And actually, we've heard that sometimes they rather those people not have the brand because they feel it almost devalue it. And it's usually aimed at the hip hop community, to be honest, right? shit, Hennessy specifically, other than I think Nas has like some type of association, right? Nas has like some deal with Hennessy. Hennessy don't give nobody deals. Hennessy don't fuck with hip hop like that. So these brands don't really fuck with hip hop, but Jay and Beyonce, they're in that ilk to partner with them. And obviously we see in the NFL say we're not letting go of Jay-Z. The fuck? Like Jay-Z's done good things for us. And we would imagine that other brands would probably feel the same. Now, usually when one say they're out, everybody just leaves. But people are saying, no. And also, it's looking better because it seems like the story's capped with Jay, right? And I don't think nobody should let go of deals with him. So, what it appears is that this is just a LVMH thing. I don't think they want to fuck with, not just Jay-Z, they just want to fuck with people in the limelight. People who have their own individual careers and who have personas that could potentially be tainted and be a bad reflection on them. So hopefully they don't stop funding that brand, and hopefully it continues. But apparently this is something that's going to happen soon. This probably also adds to the fact that Jay-Z wants to get these cases dismissed. You want to get this case dismissed, that once it's dismissed, you could talk about it in posts and say, hey, this was a false accusation and it's been dismissed. In America, anybody could file a civil suit, and unfortunately, it taints your reputation, even if you're innocent and you didn't do nothing, or even if maybe you never met the person at all. So I saw this kind of like popping up on some French websites, so I wanted to bring it up, but hopefully, again, I'm really not wishing that this gets canceled at all. I think it's important. What Jay's doing, Jay breaks ground. I'm not saying he's going to leave a rope to bring your ass up, but he definitely breaks ground for the hip hop community, even if he's the only one benefiting. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? And obviously, in some cases, other people benefit. Like, look at the Super Bowl thing. Like, he could have picked his wife or himself. He's been picking everybody else, so it is what it is. All right, I think we're Jay-Z'd out. Right? Was there anything else when it came to Jay? I think we kind of covered it, right? Might have covered it. We could cover this Meg Thee Stallion thing, right? Meg Thee Stallion and Tory shit. Y'all want me to cover that next? There's a few that I could cover. What the fuck? It already got Casanat girlfriend on. Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. All right. I think that's it. I think that's it on that. No more J shit. Okay. Perfect. All right.